What is up, everybody? Star Wars Dad back for another video. So I wanted to revisit this deck today. There was obviously a lot of good feedback, and then there was a lot of questions about this deck. So I kind of wanted to revisit that. There's also a couple of weaknesses that I've addressed since posting the original list, and some pretty significant changes in the sideboard as well. So let me talk about those real quick. If you're not familiar with this deck, this is a deck that I came up with last week. Um, Using Han's ability, you're ramping up into Poe, Wrecker, Reinforcement Dragon, and Reinforcement Walker and Krayt Dragon as your game closers, and you're using all the cheap units to kind of stabilize and ambush and slow things down, and then you have a lot of ramp in this deck. Um, Definitely check out the original video for more of a detailed explanation on this deck. So let's just kind of get into the changes. So a couple things first, though. Just from testing this deck out more, timely intervention is absolutely amazing. Being able to timely intervention a Krayt Dragon or Reinforcement Walker or even a Wrecker or even Poe if you've already used ECL is just absolutely amazing as the game goes on. The fact that you can smuggle timely intervention is so awesome in this deck because early on you don't need it. Later in the game, though, it becomes significant when you're playing against your opponent's bigger units. And it's just been very, very strong to be able to use Reinforcement Walker and Krayt Dragon out of nowhere. Even Wrecker, being able to ambush him with Wrecker multiple times a game is very strong as a form of like stabilizing the game state, killing two of your opponent's units on the ground. Reckless Gunslinger is absolutely amazing in here. It's good early on. It's good, of course, with the Spark of Hope combo to pull off with Han at any time. The other thing is it's just amazing once you smuggle it. Like it's a great way to like ping your opponent for damage to close the game out. So the changes that I made where I did cut one Superlaser Tech. It's basically like a four resource resupply in here. So it's a little more expensive of a form of ramp. So I still think it's very good at times, but I think sometimes you just don't need it. Like some games you're not really focused on ramp, and that's what I really want to talk about today is the aggro matchup because everyone seems to think that that matchup is very difficult. And so what I wanted to say was like in testing, so when I build a deck, the first thing that I do is test it against aggro like 50 times. Because if you can't beat aggro, then you're not, what are you doing? Like you're just hoping to dodge aggro when the format is majority aggro, especially because people don't have the cards for a lot of these other decks because some of those cards are very expensive and aggro is one of the cheaper decks cost wise. So just like you have to expect to see 50% being aggro. It might be a little different now in set two, but I mean Sabine got some really good cards. Uh, I just I just think Boba got some really good cards. Like aggro is going to be what you see. So going into this, when I built this deck, aggro was the first problem I had to figure out. And that's why you have like Echo Base Defender and Bright Hope, first of all, those Sentinels to slow things down. The fact that you can play Echo Base Defender on turn one is crazy because you're just using it as a form of defense. Um, so when I cut the SLT or the Super Laser Tech, I also cut a Marauder just because Marauder is a little more expensive. The ramp aspect Marauder is very like hit or miss. A lot of times it doesn't happen, but it's still very good for just ambushing in and killing things. So it's still a very strong space unit if your opponent is going heavy in space. So because I cut those two cards, I brought in two Consortium StarVipers. So that might seem like a subtle change that maybe doesn't make that big of an impact, but it does because you have ECL, you have timely intervention, you already had Sundari Peacekeeper as a form of early restore, you have your Sentinels. You have multiple ways of ambushing things in with Modded Cohort, with ECL, with timely intervention. So, a lot of times you're just trying to stabilize. You're just playing defense against aggro early on. You're just killing everything on their board, using your ambush, using your sentinels. Um, you take your opportunities to ramp when you can, but you're just playing defense until, and then Poe and Wrecker, or like I said, and maybe I didn't say this in the video, but I discussed this in a lot of the comments. Poe and Wrecker are the units that you use to turn the momentum of the game. You're using Poe as a defender, you're using Wrecker as a defender. They're so great with ECL and timely intervention. And in this deck, you're very easily going to be at 7 and 8 resources. So it's very easy to pull a timely intervention out, smuggle it, and ambush him with a Wrecker to kill two things. Poe is amazing because you can play it on turn 2 in this deck. with the Spark of Hope Reckless Gunslinger combo. You could add another 1-drop to have more 1-drops to kill to pull that off sooner, but I just don't think that it's like ramping extremely fast isn't necessary in this deck. Like you have such strong mid-game cards that play great defense, that slow things down. And you know, Poe is great at killing things across platforms. Like you can kill space units with Poe combined with like Bright Hope damage or Consortium damage or Marauder damage. So that's something that you're going to do in game one. In game two, one of the changes that I made for sideboard against an aggro matchup is I'm going to bring in Strike Trues because we have a lot of very strong units, and Strike True does damage to any unit on board based on the power equal to our unit. So most of our units are very strong with, you know, starting with K2SO and Echo Base, we're at 4 power. So that's going to kill a lot of things early if we want to. But typically we're going to cheat out our bigger units and then use a Strike True on one of those. And then again, because we get to 6, 7, 8 resources so easily in here, Overwhelming Barrage just makes a lot of sense. Like we get out one of these, we get out 2 of these, you know, 3, 4 resource cards, and then we set up an Overwhelming Barrage. So at 7 resources, Overwhelming Barrage is actually very strong for us if need be. So I think those 2 cards are going to be very helpful in a matchup that I think once you've play tested it a lot, and you get into a rhythm with this deck, it doesn't feel like a matchup that's just like, oh my god, I can't beat aggro. Like I said, I tested this out a bunch before I even started playing this deck for real, and that was the matchup that I was focused on figuring out. And really, Sundari does a good job, and then the Sentinels do a good job, and then ambushing with, like I said, with K2SO, with Consortium helps with that. Modded Cohort is very useful. Marauder is very useful. And then we're using Poe and Wrecker. So you just really, the best thing I can say about that is just practice that matchup over and over and over again. Just play against Sabine, play against Boba Fett. Like you will find that once you get into a rhythm, that matchup is very, very winnable. And again, I wouldn't even made a video on this deck if I didn't think that that was a matchup that was very winnable. And then another thing that you can even do besides just the thing that makes most logical sense, which I just talked about, is you can just ramp into Reinforcement Walker a lot of times while playing a little bit of defense, and Reinforcement Walker is very, very strong. You might have to stabilize for a little while to gain 3 life over and over again, but when you get out 2 Reinforcement Walkers and you're just gaining 6 life a turn, or if you ambush in one of the Reinforcement Walkers and gain 6 life out of nowhere, that's not only is that just a great way to finish the game, but that's just too much for aggro to deal with. Not to mention it's a 6/9, so it can kill most things and still survive. It can kill a Wrecker, it can kill a Poe, and still survive with an ambush. So I think you just have to play test that matchup a lot. Obviously against aggro, Krayt Dragon is not what you're trying to do. I think some people think that just because you can get Krayt Dragon out on turn 4, that's what you should do. No, like against aggro, I'm not playing Krayt Dragon. The only way I'm playing Krayt Dragon is if the game's already over and I'm at 9 resources or 8 resources and I could just throw a Krayt Dragon down to finish the game off. That's not a card I'm looking for. I'm just looking for Reinforcement Walker as the game goes on, and I'm using my Sentinels and my early life gain with Consortium and Sundari to just to stabilize and just keep killing things until Poe, Wrecker, and Reinforcement Walker can take over and win the game. So just, you know, just because you can get Krayt Dragon out doesn't mean that that's the card that you need to be trying to play. Like, not an aggro. I'm sideboarding that card out against aggro, and I'm bringing in Strike True and Barrage and dropping one other card. Probably a Recruit, I would guess. You know, everything else is pretty important. Maybe one of your ramp spells, maybe a Price on your head, because Recruit can still be very powerful. So, I mean, it depends on the matchup as far as what's the other card that you're dropping for those 4 cards to bring in. There's a potential you could bring in Home 1 against aggro, but again, with Reinforcement Walker, I don't think it's necessary to have Home 1 because it's another expensive unit. So I don't think you're bringing in that most of the time. I think that's more of a mid-range card. Like, I think Boba, you could bring in Home 1 that could be against some Boba matchups. But yeah, so the other big change to the sideboard was bringing in 2 Relentless. You're going to be playing that at 10 cost with Han's ability to cheat things in with the aspect penalty. So I think that's totally worth it for the control matchup. The other card that I had talked about was Cassian, because your ability to smuggle it out of nowhere. I do think Reckless Gunslinger is very important in that matchup, just to get it down early, to smuggle it back later. Uh, I think things like that. And then, your ability to cheat units in is very strong against control. Like you just play smart, you avoid killing, getting units killed, and then just try to cheat in a couple units in a turn. Um, so I don't think that matchup is like awful, but I do think Krayt Dragon Relentless, Relentless helps protect Krayt Dragon. Krayt Dragon's going to be very strong. Obviously, decks that have like waylay effects, specifically waylay and evacuate, are going to be more annoying and potentially difficult. I think Boba Yellow is probably going to be a matchup that you have to be very strategic about. But again, I think just play test the crap out of that matchup. Like that's a matchup it's gonna be hard. That's one of the best decks in the format. But I think if you play the matchups that you're worried about, and there might even be cards that I haven't put in here yet that are better to deal with those matchups if you expect to see just Boba Yellow, Boba Green, and Sabine, which is very likely. Um, with just like dealing with Darth Maul and Pose and Wreckers, um, or even for LOM and Zuckuss potentially. But again, playtest, playtest, playtest. Personally, when I've played this deck, it's been extremely dominant. Again, I've playtested it a lot, but control is probably the one, like hard control. That's one that's going to be hard. Like Boba Yellow and hard control are just going to be hard matchups. Every deck has a hard matchup. But your ability to cheat things in is is always going to be an advantage. And then the fact that you have these big payoffs as the game goes on. Again, for Boba Yellow, you're using those other units to stabilize early. If they're waylaying things, that means they're not getting as much damage to your face in because they're not playing units and trying to do, you know, pumping effects with surprise strike and cunning and stuff like that. So them trying to tempo the game is actually not the worst thing ever because of how strong your finishers are and because of your ability to cheat units on board. Now they do have evacuate, but again, so they spend a turn evacuating. Again, that's them not spending a turn killing you. And you can still replay multiple units, and that's just filling up your hand. So far in testing, like playing against evacuate hasn't felt like the worst thing ever because it's not like Laser Blast where I'm losing those units. I'm getting them back to my hand so that I can rethink my turn and replay multiple units in that turn, and my hand size gets bigger, which is great for Poe. Like my hand size getting bigger is a good thing. Again, against control, you also have K2SO and Poe. You're gonna gonna push damage, and you're gonna discard cards from their hand. Reinforcement Walker is very strong in that matchup because it allows you to get card advantage. One of the things that could potentially happen if you're, in that matchup is you can get milled out. So you do have to playtest that matchup. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's always going to be tough matchups. But the thing you have to do, like, if you really want to get good with this deck, just play it non-stop. But I think it has so much potential. I think there's going to be potentially a few more tweaks in the main board and potentially a few more tweaks in the sideboard to get it right. Like this is not the ending list, but this updated list is very strong. It has not lost yet in testing on Karabast. Um, I have not played against hard control yet, and nobody has been playing Boba Yellow on there recently, so I have not got a chance to play against that. But I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions about this deck, definitely just ask. But this is where I'm at with this list currently. And as always, please like and subscribe. At 1,500 subscribers, I will be giving away a Krayt Dragon and a Darth Maul unit to 2 lucky winners. We'll each get one or the other. But I greatly appreciate all the love and support. And let's get into some games. See how this deck does today. Alright, playing against Cad Bane Green. So I don't want to cheat in too many units here. Sundari can take a hit though. So no mulligan. Marauder's pretty good. So we can resource timely for sure. And a Modded Cohort's good. Bright Hope's good. Consortium I could see being useful too against them. I guess because of the life gain aspect, we're going to let Marauder go. and because it is the cheapest. I mean, the most expensive from our hand. Sorry. Alrighty. Swing it in for the ambush kill. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So what are we doing here? Just playing. We're definitely keeping Poe. Guess we're letting Consortium go. Probably just play Echo Base here. Just because of the underworld damage from Cad Bane, like it makes it more where we want to play things on curve and not cheat them in as much. We're still gonna cheat in like Reinforcement Walker and Krayt Dragon because the game is gonna last that long most likely. Okay, he's ECLing in something that's cool. Cool. Sure. It's fine, because we're just going to ECL in Modded Cohort and get to play Modded Cohort plus Bright Hope. Or plus Laser Tech, actually. To ramp. And we don't even have to use ECL here, so that's really nice. We have 2 timelies in our resources now, which is sweet. We definitely want to ambush if the game will let us. There we go. Say it's a good time to cheat in Super Laser Tech. Okay, so Modded Cohort dies. Whatever. Could have played Poe there, but again, because of the underworld damage, it's not really what I want to do. I'd rather just bring out the Han Solo. And we're definitely going to attack into Lady Proxima because that is a way for them to come back. I don't think we need Spark of Hope at this point. So we're either ECLing in Poe here to kill a big thing, or we're ECLing in K2SO with a timely intervention, which isn't a bad option either. But I think I'm probably just going to play Poe. I think I would like to do it in a way though where they have played a unit down, so it makes sense for me to do it that way. I'd also like to just one-shot Cad Bane, but we can always do that next turn too, so. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't like Dr. Evazan, because us being able to kill Dr. Evazan, even with that card right there, plus gets a ramp on the same turn, it's just ridiculous, right? Okay, so we're just gonna ambush in. Crazy thing is we could timely in Poe next turn anyways. I think we're just gonna ambush in Poe though. It just gives us like a strong. It's just a 6/6 on board. Like they can kill Han Solo, sure, but I don't think we need price on your head here. I think Echo Base K2SO is solid, or Bright Hope is solid if they have a strong space unit here. They could have a Cad Bane into a barrage, which is decent. I mean, it does 4 damage. We're definitely gonna, yeah, there's Bosk. So Bosk, is gonna have to attack Han Solo here, most likely. Again, we still have timely intervention as an option. Okay. He's trying to avoid us attacking with Poe into Cad Bane. We kind of want to just... But timely cost 2 is the problem. I mean, I think we're just going to play 2 units. We don't need to timely anything. He flips Cad Bane. We just discard Bright Hope with Poe. Yeah, because Cad Bane as a leader gets a lot of... Okay, so we can still just discard to kill Bosk, which I think is strong enough. Yeah, I think it's strong enough. Because we have 3 units on board now. Definitely just gonna cheat in Reinforcement Walker here, most likely to gain some of our cards back, since we're at 0 damage. I don't see a point in us resourcing currently. Not until we have a little bit of a bigger hand. He could have Darth Maul here. We're Cloud Rider, okay. Okay. Yes, we want to draw Spark of Hope. Okay, we're gonna now attack and just immediately kill Cad Bane. Okay. Bosk is attacking who? Sure. Attacking for 4. Alright, we don't need laser tech. And this also allows us to timely a wrecker in. Sure. Sure. Either one of those is going to die if he ambushes. Trying to... Okay. Deal 3 damage for sure. Go face. For 6. Draw resupply. Sure. I don't know what's going on with the internet. I keep pressing yes, and this thing's just not working. Okay. Alright. We could totally timely here with Wrecker. Good game. Pretty strong performance. So, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Cad Bane can be difficult for sure if they get Overwhelming Barrage, Darth Maul. But you know, you just got to be a little smart early. Like, you're not going to want to cheat as many things in early and take advantage of your ability to cheat things in, because Cad Bane can then kill them instantly. I mean, it was just that turn with Dr. Evazan is really what cost him to lose the game, as we were able to get a mana advantage, get Han Solo out, and ramp into our bigger stuff quick 1 turn earlier. And just, it was just too much for our opponent. And then, I mean, once we had Poe out there, Poe is just amazing at dealing with threats. So, you know, play defense until your stuff is just too much for your opponent. And we would have been able to overwhelm any ground unit this turn with Wrecker. If not, we would have played Wrecker and Reckless Gunslinger. And then we could have smuggled in another Gunslinger next turn too, if we needed to. There was just multiple ways to win that one. All right. What I'd like to mulligan. Huh. No, we're gonna put Timely and Marauder away, I guess. That's some early ramp. Got a Reckless Gunslinger recruit turn 1 potentially. Wish that price in your head was a spark, but what are you gonna do? Okay. Let's just go there. So most likely our opponent is playing upgrades, but we shall see. Yeah. Could probably just save the recruit. Kind of want to just try to ambush in something here. I don't think we need to resupply. Trying to decide, do I want to just cheat in K2SO? Or do I want to resupply? I am probably going to resupply. Okay. We'll just go... Well, he doesn't have an upgrade, so we're just gonna go face. He might trade with us, that's fine. Okay, he goes face. We claim the initiative. So we're gonna slam in K2SO and kill the protector of the throne. Okay, he's gonna kill our gunslinger. That's cool. So we're either gonna ambush in K2SO or ambush in Poe. Just depends on if we draw the Poe or not. Okay, I'm not really sure what our opponent is doing. Really not sure what's going on here. Doesn't look like the ability's working or something to kill the gunslinger. So still glitches with Carabas. Alrighty. I think we're just gonna let that go and then just gonna just ambush in Wrecker. I mean, not Wrecker, K2SO. Take that out before he can upgrade it. Okay. Not too worried about that. We're just gonna go face. Take our damage. I'm really not sure why Fall Over the Way has 1 damage on it. But, I don't know. Ah, okay. Is he killing? Okay. We're gonna recruit now to. Oof. I mean, Poe feels good. Do we even need Krayt Dragon at this point? We have Wrecker. I don't think we need Poe. I'm just gonna play Wrecker next turn. Deploy the Hun. Okay, what are we killing here? We care about the second follower of the way? I don't know. I definitely don't want there to be a ton of follower of the ways out here. So we're just gonna put that in kill range. And then just pass. Consortium is good. Do we have a timely? We do have a timely. Modded Cohort is a card that just kills something, but we could play Price in Your Head Modded Cohort and Ramp, which feels pretty disgusting actually. And that way we don't have to destroy a resource for Wrecker. Okay, well that makes it easy, doesn't it? So we'll just put Price on Your Head on that, because we are surely able to kill that. If he trades, that's great. He did not. We're just gonna keep K2SO alive and overwhelm and ramp up. We can play Krayt Dragon next turn. Yeah, we'll just take the shield off. Take our 3. I think we're just gonna play Krayt Dragon. Just claim the initiative. Seems like a good idea. Okay, he could flip this though, right? Oh no, he's on 6. So, do I want to do 2 more? I mean, he could still play something. He has 3 resources, right? I think we're still safe as far as life total, where it's not pivotal that we claim the initiative. He does have the ability to gain life in this deck too, so we want to put him under pressure. Okay. Claiming the initiative. I don't know what's going on. He played he played Ketsu on you. Okay. The other option we have here, yeah, is we can timely intervention a Wrecker. Seems pretty disgusting. Okay. We can go ahead and destroy a resource. I think that's fine. And kill both things on the board. Next turn we still play Krayt Dragon. Choose a card to discard. Okay. Swing in. Okay, he's bringing up Bo-Katan. I'm just gonna go face. I mean, Wrecker can kill him. take our 4 here. So he kills what, Modded Cohort? Yep. I mean, he's probably gonna put a shield on that thing, right? But I mean, this way he has to kill Wrecker. He has to kill Wrecker or gain life. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay. That is a Sentinel. Okay. Okay, so Wrecker just Wrecker definitely just kills that, gets in for 1. So he has to deal with our units, yeah. So then we just play Krayt Dragon. Swinging for 2. He's got to have a way to hit us for 8 damages right now, and I don't know how he can do that with Krayt Dragon on the board. I can play 2 units this turn, so we're not getting rid of any of that. All right, good game. No mulligan. Play backup base here. Let Timely go and guess resupply for right now. I don't know if we want to play. Yeah, I don't think we want to cheat anything out. This Cad Bane will kill it. Alright, we're gonna need 2 Wreckers. Play Modded Cohort next turn, I think, or resupply depending on what happens. Okay. Sure, let's play Modded Cohort. Get that shenanigans off the field. Cartel, okay. Alright, we are now ready to ambush in Poe at will, or Wrecker, if need be. Okay. Krayt Dragon. I don't really want to get rid of Krayt Dragon. I mean, is this a good resupply turn?
think it is. So you don't flip till 6. It's just one turn closer to getting out Krayt Dragon, so sure. We'll just trade. Absolutely, just trade. Okay, I think we can let Resupply go now. Let's play Bright Hope Consortium, I guess. Then we can ambush in Wrecker next turn. Super Strike, okay. Or ambush in Poe, I mean. Relentless Pursuit. He has a shield. Just play Reinforcement Walker here too. Let's just heal. Let's just heal. Okay, Bobo. Sure. Climb the initiative. Don't need Spark of Hope. Just go ahead and I think we'll go ahead and attack into Bobo because Bobo can do 6 damage. Oh. He got double shields on his boy. And he killed, he has Consortium here, right? Wrecker can destroy a shield and attack into a shield. Poe can just destroy both the shields. Take 2. We'd have to discard something. I think that's fine. Without having to get rid of a okay. Cool. That was nice. Good work, Poe. Alright, he might kill Reinforcement Walker here, but then his Cad Bane dies. We get our StarViper back. Okay. We don't need that. We have a Timely in here, don't we? Yeah. So we get Timely in the Sundari. If he somehow kills Reinforcement Walker. It's like a barrage or something. Yeah, he could do 4 damage with barrage. He's attacking who? Reinforcement Walker? Sure. We shall play Krayt Dragon. Got our StarViper back. And I think that's the game. A game, yep. That was a good one. Just that early life gain like Consortium just really helped. That additional couple of life we gained from Consortium helped us stabilize. Alrighty. A lot of ramp. Ramp is good. No mulligan, we'll put Timely away and one laser tech. We're getting to our big stuff quick here. It's gonna be a good one. Just pull out Echo Base, I think, on turn 1. So we can resupply next turn. If he kills us, the Cad Bane is fine. Actually, that was probably a poor mistake. I need to do that, actually. Which way? Could have played Recruit there. Okay, Cloud Rider. Okay. I don't think we need 2 resupply. Echo Base is fine. Resupply is also good. Here, we could also just prevent him from doing any damage while we ramp up with laser tech next turn. We can recruit or Reckless Gunslinger next turn. I'll probably just play the Gunslinger. Oh wow, we could just go ahead and Spark of Hope here too, which is not a bad option. So many options, right? Can we double ramp? Well, we can definitely get the guy out. We just play this for free. Ping the base. Die. Play Spark of Hope. Smuggle that back. 5, 3. Yeah, we can play Resupply. Wow. That's disgusting. Ramp, ramp, ramp all day long. Ramp, ramp, ramp while I sing this song. Oh, I guess not. Never mind. Do we want to recruit? Sure, because I mean we're gonna bring out Han anyways. Probably Wrecker, right? Dameron's not bad either because we can start dealing with the dude in space. It also allows us to one-shot Cad Bane. I think we'll go there. Go ahead and kill Greedo here with Han. Okay, sure, I'll take 2 more. Pass, okay. Probably just playing Poe here. Cloud Rider comes in for the thing. Is he gonna ambush it in? No. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we'll just ambush in Poe. Take the shield off of the thing. What is he doing? Okay, even better. It doesn't matter. We're gonna discard resupply. We're gonna knock the shield off of that. We're gonna pass. Pass. Take our 4. Claim the initiative here, I think. Could have recruited. Krayt Dragon is nice. We could timely. So I think we're gonna let go of K2SO. We're gonna timely reinforcement the Consortium. Gain some life. Take that out. Okay, Cloud Rider coming in. Again, that's all 3 Cloud Riders now, which is... Okay, never mind. It's not all 3, he just played. We can play Krayt Dragon next turn. We just want double Krayt Dragon here? Yeah, I think so. God, I love this. Alright, he can play 2 units here. Okay, Cunning is... Okay, he makes us discard one of our Krayt Dragons. Sure. Isn't that nice? Oh, Reinforcement Walker's good too. Yeah, I think we're probably playing Reinforcement Walker first just to stabilize. Our life total, because we know our opponent plays Cunning. No, I don't want to draw a Krayt Dragon, unfortunately. I just want to stabilize. Okay. Sure. I'm not going to attack the base, I'm just going to attack the 6/6. That's a good one. Krayt Dragon's gonna close this game out. But we're trying to stabilize our life total first. If he attacks our reinforcement marker, that's totally fine. He did not. Double reinforcement walker is pretty sweet. Okay. Sure. And the initiative. Exhausted which one? Okay, doesn't matter. Wrecker's pretty good. Okay. Just gonna go. I'm actually just going to kill Cad Bane, I think. And then just discard something with Wrecker to kill him immediately. He keeps doing it. He keeps doing it, man. We can also smuggle out a Reckless Gunslinger this turn. Yeah, I think we need to claim the initiative right now because we're too close to dangerous territory. But No Good to Me Dead was pretty brutal. The reason I haven't played Krayt Dragon is because we were trying to stabilize right now. Ouch. Well, that's... yeah, that's a lot. So we're gonna kill the 5/4. Is he ambushing? Okay, he is. So easy choice here. We will attack in and kill the 5. Gain 3 life. Okay, is he attacking with Body Rook? I don't know. That would make the most sense. Yes. Okay, we're going to play this now. No. He can claim the initiative here. He's just got us just in a place where we're just at too much damage. Okay. I'm not sure what he's doing. I really need a Marauder, but unfortunately Marauder doesn't even do enough. Okay. Okay, I don't know why he did that. That really doesn't make sense at all. Do we have any more timely interventions? Not here, we don't. So we'll go face. No. Then we will go Krayt Dragon. He plays his 6th drop. We will kill his Body Rook and claim the initiative. Okay. Sure. Okay. Bright Hope is good. Let's play Bright Hope. It's a Sentinel. No good to me to add the reinforcement marker. Boom. Tag in for 10. He took the initiative, okay. What are you doing? What's going on here? We have Sundari now to stabilize a little bit. Okay. Oh, my bad. We're just gonna pass. Well, first we're going to okay. I'm not sure how to go all the way back. He has the initiative. Alright, anything he plays now on the ground, we're just going to use it. If he attacks in a Bright Hope, we'll play Marauder to kill the Xanadu Blood. This one's been a doozy. I think we're finally turning the corner, but we'll see. It's not over yet, McGavin. Choose two. Up to 2 non-leader units. An opponent chooses one of those units. Return that unit to its owner's hand and put the other on the bottom of its owner's deck. Okay, so he wants to put Krayt Dragon at the bottom of my deck. Well, wasn't that a very nice draw? Sorry, what? Whoa. That's not what I want. I am trying to let Krayt Dragon go to the bottom. Not sure why. I did that. Either way, we can kill these Xanadu. Okay. Choose 2 non-leader units. Opponent chooses one of those units. Return that unit to its owner's hand. And put the other on the bottom of the owner's deck. Okay, so I need to choose Bright Hope. Okay. Does it really matter, though? Because, I mean, at this point, he's gonna... Okay, I'll just play Bright Hope back, right? Yeah. I'll just play Bright Hope immediately. Okay, so then we're just gonna attack in with Marauder. We have Bright Hope, we have Enforcement Walker. Yes, get him for 4. He attacks for 4. Well, he can't because we have Bright Hope, so he'll die. Okay. So then we just claim the initiative. One attack, exhaust the defender. What is that? 1/4? Choose a unit to deal 1 damage to. Okay. Doesn't really matter. 1/4. No, we're just gonna play Modded Cohort, I think. And kill his thing. Oh, we have Reinforcement Walker. Never mind. We'll just use Reinforcement Walker. Finally. This game's a doozy. Okay, we're waiting on our opponent to resource. I'm just gonna attack in for 6, I think, and just gain 3 life. I think I'm fine with that at this point. I don't think we're... I mean, even if he pumps up the Intimidator, we still have the Modded Cohort to kill it. Exhaust the defender, okay. Down to 15. I'm sorry. What? Why does he keep undoing things? This guy really doesn't know what he's doing. No worries, man. Okay. No, don't want to draw the bridle. Okay, he's playing the cunning. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. So we're just gonna play Modded Cohort now. He's gonna waylay Consortium, I guess, and swing in for 5 is what he's hoping to do. Okay, so we're just gonna Modded Cohort and kill it. Modded Cohort is amazing. Sorry. Sorry, man. Osk. Okay. Deal 1 damage to Consortium. Any more timelies in here? No. We also could smuggle things. We're just gonna claim the initiative, I think, at this point. I just want to keep our life total out of range. Don't care about any of this stuff. We're gonna just go face. No. Get down to 13. And we can just smuggle in a Gunslinger to close the game out. What a doozy this one was. A lot of back and forth. I'm just impressed with how we were able to stay alive. What does that do? Give an enemy unit -3 over this phase. Okay. That's cool. So maybe we could still smuggle out 2 Gunslingers to win, so. Okay. Or we just need the 1, I guess. Okay. Even face, and we're just going to smuggle out that game.
So back for the post game. So we went 4-0 today. We did play against every Cad Bane that there is, like Cad Bane Red, Yellow, and Green. And then what was the other one? Bo-Katan Blue. I was trying to find like a Sabine matchup to show you how to play that matchup, but just wasn't able to find one. Not a lot of people have been playing Sabine. I think everybody's been kind of playing the new leaders right now, which makes sense. But again, with that matchup, you just got to play test it. I mean, test it on force table first. You know, if you're having problems with it. Like I know force table is not like the perfect tester, but I regularly beat Sabine, my own Sabine decks, 30-0, like where they get 0 damage on my face with this deck. So I don't think it's. I think anytime that I'm shutting out Sabine on force table, that's a good sign that, obviously a good player is going to be different, but it's a good sign that I have a good grasp on the deck and the aggro matchup. And I'm talking Sabine Yellow and Sabine Green, beating them 30-0. I'm not talking just one or the other. And Sabine Red even. I've played all 3 of my own decks that are very good. But again, I know that's AI. It's not the best place to test, but it still gives you a point of reference on how the deck feels. It's also just a really good way to practice getting into a rhythm about play patterns, lines of play, when to cheat things in. I know that can be difficult sometimes. When not to cheat things in, when to ramp, when not to ramp, when to just ambush, to just play defense. But for that matchup, again, you're just playing defense. I mean, you saw some of the matchups today. We were just completely dominant. You saw the one matchup, I think it took us a while to stabilize, but I was just impressed with how we were able to recover in that matchup. Um, I think a lot of these units in here are just very strong units, and they have some really cool things that they're able to do to help you to stabilize and to close the game out. So, but as always, y'all have a good one and peace out.